Hello, everyone, that you are entering our awareness moment online. Hello, everyone. Good to see your hands and your names just coming through. Hello. Hello, hello. So welcome to these awareness meetings during our quarantena. Most of us in the world are already in quarantena. We are going through a very historical moment in our lives. I would like to ask Teresa and Natasha if the Facebook Direct is working. Can you please tell me something through Hello Apostolia? So you are here at Facebook. I can see everyone. Just to let to know that at Facebook, I have this program that I don't see the hearts when you send. So if you want to communicate directly with me through the Facebook, you need to write here on my right side on the comments. So hello, everyone. Hello, 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 Gita. Hello, everyone. Welcome to these awareness moments where we all meet in these moments of our humanity that is historical. We never lived something like this in our lifetimes. Maybe only our grandparents, they went through Second World War. And of course, thank God we are not in a war where we use bombs and all these mass destructive guns. But somehow we are facing a very unique and specific time that requires totally our awareness so we can sustain the safetiness and the health for some of our global community that they are somehow on the level of immune system weaker than the majority. So here we are all together taking care of each other, and it's amazing how most of us, we are coming really together so we can help each other. And of course, it's very dramatic what we are living. At the same time, such a beautiful acts of love and true friendship and care for with so many people like here all together, us coming bon dia, gathering for true moments of self-inner work. And I want to say, if we are in quarantena at the house and we are really going through this, we need to use this time to really work on ourselves. When we come out of this quarantena and from this moment to really start rewrite our own life. Hello from Poland, from Czech Republic, from Mexico. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Hello, Nacho, too. Hello, everyone. So we need to use this time to get closer to each other, to heal our own wounds, to come out of illusions, to come out from the wounds that we carry, that they don't allow us to really be who we are, our authentic self. Because if we really want to rewrite the story, the history of mankind, we need to start to give attention for what really matters and how we can really relate with each other. And how we start, for sure, is looking inside of ourselves and how we can contribute to a better society. And it starts with our life. So welcome, everyone. And today's subject is the wounded child that we all carry, and how she's still controlling our lives. So I hope that you really, the live in Facebook is working. Yes, it is. Many people are already here. So Um, this is one of the most important subjects for any person that wants to really grow into awareness. Hello from France. Hello, sweethearts. Hello from Ukraine. Hello, everyone. Hello from Italy. Hello, everyone. Well, from Portugal. Welcome, everyone, to these moments of true consciousness and deep healing. Hello. Welcome all. So the today's subject is really about one of the most important subjects that we all has as human beings. And honestly, I believe that everyone after, since around 13 in school, and of course, before even in prime school, we should start on tools. Hello from Moscow. Tools how to work with our inner life, how to become more conscious about our true feelings, our thoughts, and our reactions, or capacity of having a true action towards how we position ourselves and how we relate with each other. So it's a very important subject. If here there's people that you know with that works with teenagers, or you have kids, this is mandatory, this subject. We should all work in our childhood wounds that we all carry. It's impossible not to have, because we come from a line, a lineage of centuries of a society that we are still looking for how to really live from authentic space as humans, and how to relate from a very respectful space inside of us and socially, for life, not only for humans, for life. So today, this is a very important day, and for me it's very special, because the more I work with people in therapy, in retreats, that we combine Asian wisdom with normal psychotherapy, with meditation, with teacher plants from the jungle, the more I go on and the more I observe in myself and others, a lot of our wounds and unconscious life starts in our childhood. So welcome, everyone. And we will start today with our meditation, our grounding and connection meditation. So the ones that you are seated in the chair, please put your feet on the ground. And the ones that you are in lotus position. Sit straight, and everyone take a deep breath. The first meditation serves the purpose to ground ourselves and to allow ourselves to come back home to who we truly are, and to become more present than our mind and our feelings, but to come to this inner silent space where we can be who we truly are, and we can be detached, and we can let go what our rational mind and our emotions wants to tell the story. Coming back to this silence, taking a deep breath, and another one. Pressing your feet on the ground, or sensing the heaviness of your body on the ground. Sensing how solid is that ground under your body, how you are supported by it. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Visualizing under the ground of your home, planet Earth, what we call Pachamama, Mother Earth, so round, so abundant, full of rivers, full of mountains, full of deserts and jungles, full of beaches, full of colorful flowers and trees, full of fields, full of storms and winds and rain, full of dark nights, full of stars, sun, shining sun upon us. Just realizing and acknowledging this abundant planet full of life, full of smells and vibrations. Visualizing our brothers and sisters, rocks, animals, and other human beings, just sensing their pulsation of life and acknowledging and sensing how this planet is always holding us, embracing us, breathing with us, giving us oxygen, taking our dioxide to do the photosynthesis. Breathing in, breathing out, realizing this deep connection that we all breathe together, that we all emanate the vibration of life. Breathing in, breathing out, and realizing that no one can steal this true connection, this vital connection from us, not even ourselves. Even if we are in quarantena in our homes, everything is breathing with us. Everything is holding us. And we too, we are holding existence too, by our own breath, by our own emanation of life. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. And now, just sense a place in your body that you feel some relaxation. Maybe your feet, maybe your legs, maybe your hips or belly. Maybe for you it's your heart or your back and chest or even your arms. And maybe for others is the hand. Take a deep breath in that place where you feel relaxed. And invite that relaxation to expand to all of your body, to your mind, to your heart. Breathing in, breathing out, to your energetic field around you. Breathing in, breathing out. One last deep breath. And open your eyes. So for the ones that you arrived right now, welcome everyone. Today our subject is our wounded inner child and how she still is in control till we really give time and space to give attention for her true needs and for her wounds, so we can support her blossoming into trust, into awareness, into capacity of deep relaxation and melting with the universe again. How she can trust in adult life and how she is still controlling our way of relating with others, and especially how do we feel about ourselves. So to start from the beginning, I want to say that everything that we will speak about parents is not about saying that they are bad people or they did terrible and wrong things. What we are saying is the way any child has been raised in almost everywhere, from every culture. She was raised always by parents that they did their best, even if they did terrible. And I'm speaking about people that they were not present, people that they even abused their child, emotional, physically, sexually. Parents, they were so busy working that they were never present, and when they were at home, they were so tired that they would totally be out of the relation with their child. Even parents that they died and they left the kids alone with other people. I'm speaking about the adults that they were raising, not only the parents. And thank you, Wildflower, for this comment. Thanks so much. Good. So I'm speaking about the way for centuries we were being raised, and not against any parent. And of course, if you are a mother or a father, everything that we will work in this online awareness meeting will touch you for sure. And of course, if you feel some emotions today, everyone, if you feel any emotions when you are here together, please be sure that here is the right place to allow them to come and not to hold them. It's a place where you can explore and self-inquiry, and you can really observe why these emotions are still there and why they are so active. And of course, to look to the numbness where you don't feel anything and you don't relate with anything, or where you start to criticize and judge. So the way we were being raised, and our parents and their parents, was by a very unconscious society where feelings, they didn't matter. So if we think in terms of history, young children till not so long ago, and in so many countries, they are still working hard, very hard, in very hard conditions. And so they can't even be children. They don't have space to be children, even if they are. So most of us, we were raised by parents, they were totally busy, or even if they were at home, they were so unconscious, they couldn't really relate and they couldn't really provide the needs of the child. What happens is when the child doesn't feel their own needs met by the parents, or the ones that they take the place of parents, the child will try to do everything to avoid the pain of not being met, that their needs are not met. And I will give some examples. It starts since they are in the belly of the mother. If the mother somehow doesn't have a peaceful environment to generate that baby, she's passing everything, every feeling, every emotion, every thought to that baby during the gestation, I don't remember the word in English. So the period where we are in the womb. So it means that we are not taking care, of course, in a very unconscious way, of that baby that would need a very present mother that could speak with the baby, that could even say and to the baby, look, what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking is not about you. I'm feeling very tired and exhausted because gestation. Thank you so much. It's about my own feelings, and this inner dialogue that should happen since the first moment that the mother understands that she's pregnant. Most of mothers, they don't even understand how is important this capacity to explain to that human being already that these emotions, these thoughts are not about them, but how she has individual she feels. And almost nobody, of course, more and more in our society, thank God we are speaking about this, the father, the importance of the father, or someone who holds the mother in this period of life where she can feel embraced and calm. A lot of people, a lot of couples, they have these conflicts all the time. So this father was not taught since childhood how to really deal with a pregnant woman. So we live in this pregnancy, we live these relations for such an aware state. So when the child borns, the needs of true interaction by being touched, by being held, by being seen, by providing the food to feel safe, not, for example, wet, the clothes are changed, to being held when he starts to cry, because babies, they don't have any other way to explain their own emotions. They don't even have the process of rational mind to bring into that space how they feel. They just feel. So their cries, their actions, movements is their way to interact in the world. If the mother, especially the mother and the father, of course, or the one who stays with the child, sometimes the mother died and the father needs to stay, so he really takes over the role of the mother. And in this very conscious society, both should take this position and role. We are not aware of the importance of this deep connection between mother and father and child role. So, and why? Because we didn't receive that too. So we are like a domino, doing and repeating the same behavior, unconscious behaviors that we received to our own children. So we are in a time of our society that we honestly are the privileged ones. We have all the tools, or the tools that we have in this time, because we will have much more with the evolution of a consciousness for majority. We will have much more tools to deal with this. How to really become a more aware person, conscious person, so we can really be there in presence for our children. What happens when the child is not met in their own needs, in his or her needs? They start to develop ways to get the attention that they need. This in the best cases. When the child is not met several times in their own needs, most of the times what they do is, because through repetition, for example, a big example is, there was a time in our society that doctors would advise that don't hold your children when they are crying, leave them crying alone. And for so many mothers, this was a torture, but they would follow doctors' guidelines. And what happens when the child cries and the mother doesn't go, or the father? She will cry even more. But they are shouting for the attention. But when, after one time, 10 times, and it depends on the resilience of the child, of course, for one child is 10 times, for another child is 100,000 times. What happens is that that child starts to believe in a very unconscious way, not only rational way, that she's not important, that she doesn't deserve attention, that even if she cries a lot, she can cry all her life, that the true help and true attention and true care will not come. What happens is, this creates individuals that they are totally numb in their true feelings. So they start to grow up out of their connection with themselves. and they start to relate with themselves through the strategy of self-defense. So numbness, not to feel anything, is a strategy that that child developed so she could survive. It's a way of cutting the pain, emotional and physical pain, so they don't feel, so they can move on. It's life self-defense. It's very painful because that kind of children, they grow into people that they don't really know how they feel, honestly. And the others, for example, when they start to have certain kinds of behaviors, so they start to manipulate, not in a conscious way and not in a bad sense and meaning of the words, but through manipulation to see how they can really call the attention of the parents. So for some kind of children, they start to do big crises, they shout, they knock with the hands on the floor, they even hit themselves, or they start to behave very nicely. They are always the very well-behaved child. They are the ones who take care of parents' needs. They always know how to behave. Since very child, we start to see how these children, these human beings, starts to what? Trying to go into connection. Because they know if they behave like these, parents, they will say, they will recognize in a very negative way, not in a conscious way. We can't even say in a good way, because they are all unconscious and very painful, because they are blocking the child to really be authentic in their relations, and in the way they feel with themselves, and they become what? The masks of that strategies to reach someone. So it becomes a society that this society that we live from the strategies that we developed to call attention, so we could receive the reaction of the other human being. And then through teenagers, adult lives, we start to create a self-image, and we engage in certain kind of masks. So what? So we can have the results that we desire. And what are the results that we desire? Is to be recognized, is to be seen, and is to be loved. But we are looking from a very unconscious place inside of us. That is the mask, that is the role, and not who we truly are. So everyone, if my talk about this subject is helping you somehow, please write me here in Facebook your comments, and Instagram direct, please write me too, or send some symbols, so I can move on and to be aware that we are here all together. Thank you, Inessa. Thanks so much. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for the fingers and hearts. Thank you, everyone. Just arrived. Welcome, Carla. You should do. I will get to that question, Joanna, when I go into questions. So I want to give you some examples, that there are many, so we can start to become more specific and to relate better in what we are saying. For example, today I was giving a session in the morning. Here I'm receiving a comment that say, letting the child cry himself to sleep is really a must in Netherlands. I don't agree at all with this, because if that child needs attention, we can then discuss how to help children to sleep. So examples. Today I was giving a session that a person was saying to me um, that she was feeling some tension in her jaws, and I was asking, uh, do you do you really speak what you really feel most of the times? Are you a person that you can really express your true feelings? And that person said that honestly no, and then I explode very hard. So I asked that person to close her eyes and say, remember one of the first memories that you have, that somehow you couldn't really express what you felt. And that person explained to me that um, she was watching a movie, and one of the parents just came in and changed the channel. And she started to shout and scream. And after a session, she realized how she was still doing this behavior in her life. So this is just one of the examples how the strategies of behavioring and calling attention in the child, normally they go through life and control us in a very unconscious way in our daily relations and how we relate with others and how we position with ourselves and others. And of course that child in that age, she didn't have the capacity to explain how she felt. So the only language that the child has is really to expose her emotions. She can't explain, I didn't feel respected, I would like you to change the channel. You understand? So it's very normal, and it's a good sign when the child can um, at least expose her emotions. At the same time, if we have a parent in this case that could go to the child and can say, can you please tell me why you are feeling this since very young age? What we do is to open a space where the child can trust in us, in parents, to say how they feel. I feel mad because you came and you changed the channel and I was there. We need to support this awareness in parents to see if a child is crying and shouting or going to videos all the time, numbing themselves and starting to lose the connection with parents. What we as parents, what we are doing as parents, what is our behavior? Because the child, it's not her responsibility to change the behavior. It's the parents that they have the responsibility to become aware and to really notice what is happening with the child. Another example that is very, very common. Thank you for your comments. Another example that is very common is when the child is crying or doing a very big dramatic situation. Parents say, shh, don't shout, don't cry, bad boy, bad girl. What we are doing is repressing their capacity to express and to repressing their emotions and feelings and the trust that we can hold them. So most of children, since very young age, or they say, go to your room, or behave, you are in social life. What we are doing is repressing their own capacity and ability to be authentic. If parents could come to a place and to first hold them in that strong emotion, say, what is going on with yourself right now? Why are you behaving like this? Oh, it's okay to feel like that, but can you to understand why? Even if they are 2 years old, this dialogue needs to start since they born. So we hold the space for them to trust They are welcome the way they exactly are, that they can be authentic. And like this, we are supporting their capacity and ability to hold strong emotions, to go through, not to judge them, and to process them. The more we hold the space for them to really feel what they are feeling, and then to relax in that space, and they can't express, of course, according to their own ages, we are helping them to stay authentic and not to create even more masks. Another good example is kids, they are emotional and physical abused. I will separate from sexual abuse, that I need to say more things. So emotionally and physical abuse, especially when they are beaten, strongly beaten, what happens is they don't have any capacity to defend themselves. So the message is, I'm stronger than you, and you will obey no matter what. I don't care about your feelings, and I don't care even about your physical health. You don't even deserve respect. This is how the child receives a message of screaming strongly, of being beaten. What happens is, and of course we have several types of personality structures. You can go to the ones that they totally numb themselves, so they don't feel anything, and they can start to become colder and colder, and they don't know how to relate with other people. And of course, a lot of people, they can become the abusers too in their life, and they start with other children. Normally, children repeat the behavior. And others, they can go in so deep fear and stress. They all feel the stress, but there are different ways of response of each other child. So there's many layers, and of course copulations of feelings and ways in that personality. But the main thing is the stress causes the response, and that will change their authentic being. They will start to close themselves, or become the abusers, or become so stressed and nervous, or that they will repeat this behavior, to repeat or to be totally the opposite. And that means that that person lost totally the capacity to be herself, himself. So, for example, if a person was very criticized and judged and compared with other children, we can see many cases that that person becomes the one who starts to all criticize and judge other people a lot, or they have a big resentment with people that they do that. Why? Because it's still a reaction for their wounds in childhood. So the work with childhood is to bring people to those big wounds, so they can start to really face it and to analyze how they are still repeating or being the opposite in their lives. So they can, first of all, they can understand that they are not that child anymore, and that behavior is not them, who they are. But to really understand that the adult has the possibility and the ability and the capacity and the responsibility to heal these wounds from the childhood, and they can transform, and they can change their behavior, and step by step they will feel totally different. So if this talking till now is helping you, can you please write me on Instagram direct and Facebook, please? Thank you for the symbols. You can put symbols on Instagram. At Facebook direct, please write me, because this program doesn't allow me to see your symbols. But like this, everything is being recorded at YouTube, workingwithsatya.com, with subtitles, and everyone that wants to see the subtitles, you will have. Very helpful. Okay, thanks so much. You are saying, and I try to end my sentence, but I feel some difficulty with boundaries. It's multiple four, how to set boundaries without the need to impose authority. I will go, Raquel, I will come back to this when I will go to the questions. Okay. A very important thing for boys that they are men, that they were boys and they were physical beaten is, and if you are the wild ones that total, can you clarify what is totally the opposite? Opposite is you avoid that behavior that you saw in your parents, so you behave totally the opposite. If your parents would criticize, the ones that the judge ones, you become the one who understands everything, and you only want peace and love, and you are the pleased one, and you always find a solution. You can be the diplomat, so you can avoid, so you avoid that behavior from your life. But it means that you are not living from a very authentic place, because a person in presence, it's out of these strong reactions, even if they are unconscious. Okay. So, for example, boys that they are, and girls, strongly beaten, I hear many stories that they become most of the times the hunters, sexual hunters, because many times in our conditioning, in our society, man that is strong is sexual active. And of course, we are already living in a society that is not allowed to go into fights. You can be going to jail because of that. So somehow they direct all this anger and rage, because they were being beaten and they couldn't defend themselves. They couldn't go against them. They discharge in a very unconscious way in sexuality. So they become the hunters, and for girls too. They become the hunters, the sexual hunters. They go and one after one after one to take this energy outside of their bodies. But they can go years like this, but they don't never feel that really helps them in a way to feel peace with themselves. They always feel emptiness. They feel confused about what is sexual life and love or true feelings. So this is one of the examples. And if we go to sexual abuse, when a child, very young child, is sexually abused, especially by a parent or someone that they know, what happens is, first of all, the person that they should trust most, that person is stepping over, crossing, and destroying all the healthy boundaries between an adult and a child. And if there is penetration and there's physical pain, the child feels totally depleted, because the physical pain is so strong that even takes them to moments of totally blocking the memory, shutting down. So a lot of children, they faint. So they totally cut the emotional and physical pain. And when that happens, and before what happens, I want to tell, even if there is no penetration, what happens is the child feels such very difficult and strained energy. And of course, if there is arousal, sexual arousal, because the child already has the sexuality, the organs there, that they can be aroused. And even through that when he's a normal arouser is a very beautiful thing. That's why we have the genital phase where they play with the genitals and they give pleasure to themselves, not in a sexual way, but how it's they explore that pleasure, not from this mind of an adult, but has just a quester of life. They feel that's why they touch the anus so many times, because there's a pleasure in the anus. That's why when the kids go to toilet, sometimes you see and they say because there's a liberation. And we don't speak about this in our society. We even see parents, don't touch there. What you're saying is that is ugly, that is dirty, and you shouldn't do that. You can explain to kids, look, there's place to do when they are very young. Any place is the right place, there's no problem. But when they start to get older and older, you can explain, you can do this alone, it's not in public, but in a way that you are not judging and criticizing and putting charge on it, but to explain that is so healthy, so beautiful. So when a child is totally abused, what happens is she receives mixed message, and she's in a deep state of fear, and she starts to doubt herself, to doubt the capacity of trusting life and the ones that she should trust more. So there are several consequences of this. I'm explaining in very general way. What happened to that person? Normally, she will attract in the future abusers, or she becomes the abuser, or she can come. She doesn't become. She might come, or she might attract abusers in a way that in her energetic field, emotional field, physical field, that experience brought that message. So, and brought that reality that she had to accept. And if that child doesn't get help, she will become a very disrupted person, because she can't, when she was a child, she couldn't sustain the amount of energy of the abuse. Sometimes people say, I don't know if I was abused. When people say this, it's for sure something happened. Even if it was not a strong abuse, that child felt a mixed message in that adult. And that is very important to check, because if we don't go to this big wound, what happens is we will not relate in a healthy way. It's impossible. Even that child will give mixed message, because it's the inner world where they live. So it's very important. If you were abused physically, emotionally, strongly criticized, strongly judged, bullied, if you were sexual abuse with penetration, without penetration, one time or several times, or very strongly beaten, or beaten, but you really felt so strong, you need to look for help. Otherwise, there will be a wounded child inside that she will start to shout and acting out, till one day you really look to that place. And in our society, in our culture, there's a big tendency for strong judgment, competition, comparison, and criticism. And that means that in your childhood, you were abused, emotional abused. So if you find yourself a big critic, or, I love you, but let me tell you the truth. So you are not direct and specific, or you have all these side talks, because one thing is, you want to speak about a situation that really provokes you and you need to deal. Another thing is, you find yourself always engaging in conversations about other people. It's because you didn't receive the amount of attention that you needed. So negligence too is a very important behavior of your parents that you need to look for, because we are all still in the wounds of the child that they don't receive the right amount of attention for true healing. So everyone, take a deep breath. If this is helping, please write your comments on Instagram Direct and in Facebook Direct, please. Thank you for your comments and your fingers and rainbows. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So the purpose of this subject is to really call your attention for the wounds that you are still carry inside of you, because you will pass this to your child even if you don't want, and you will be the one behaving. It's really painful to listen. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's all about me, Satya. Thank you. Yes, yes, this is taking me so deeply into my memories. Yes, that's the point. Satya, what is, in your opinion, the proper way and time to start and what she's can look deeply in this trauma? Okay, yes, it's taking me so deeply into my memories. Fantastic. It's what we want, is we to have the possibility and the capacity to go and really start to look, so we become responsible for our true behaviors. Yeah. So I will want to propose, I will answer the questions, but first I want to propose just a small exercise that you can use with yourself, so you can really start to look into these memories, so you can bring into your daily life, so you can work in a very conscious way with it. Is there any possibility to get rid of it? Okay. First of all, we never get rid of it. What we will do is to really bring healing and awareness, and we will transform all these painful situations in wisdom, because everything that happens to us can be transformed into true wisdom and true awareness. That's why a person that was raped or in war can turn in abuser, or someone that was abused can become a healer, the wounded healer, the one who did the path of true healing and liberate him, herself from it, and become a point of consciousness, because he or she already did this process of transformation, or is still doing, but is already in a big state of awareness. Okay, so everyone, close your eyes. Please take a deep breath. And another deep breath. Another deep breath. And feel your belly, breathing there in that place of your belly, breathing in, breathing out. Just breathing in, breathing out. Fulfilling your belly like a balloon with air. Breathing strongly in the belly, fulfilling like a balloon. Breathing in, breathing out. Making a big balloon with your belly. Breathing in, breathing out. Take a deep breath and relax your body. Now I want to invite you to recall the first memory that you have of yourself of not being respected or being neglected, or somehow that you felt abused, not only sexual but physical or emotional abuse. Take a deep breath, everyone. The first memory that comes to you from being not respected, being neglected, that you were being abused physically or emotionally or even sexually. Take a deep breath, everyone. Just allow this memory to come. Breathing in, breathing out, observing that memory, and if there is any emotion coming to the surface, allow that emotion to be there. Maybe some of you are feeling your body tense or even shaking. Some of you are feeling nervous. Others, you are just feeling tears rolling through your face. Others, you don't even feel nothing. Maybe it's just coldness. Breathing in, breathing out. Just breathing in, breathing out. Take a deep breath. Observe that image. I will ask you to give 3 deep breaths. And open your eyes. So, stay with where you are. Stay with your emotions. And if you are crying, allow the tears to roll down. If you are shaking, shake. If you are feeling tense, just feel that and breathe gentle. Breathing in, breathing out. So you can hold all this that is happening to you right now from a place that you say, I can hold this. Yeah? And if for any reason you can't hold strong emotions, that maybe they are coming, you just shake your hands and press your feet on the ground and open your eyes and look to my eyes and breathe very gentle. Open your eyes and press your fingers, your hands, and press your feet on the ground. I would like to know if you had a memory. Can you please write me in Instagram direct and Facebook direct? Can you just say, yes, I had a memory? And you can write what was the memory if you want. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes. You can put fingers, you can put yes. Yes, you can just please too many. Okay. Okay. If you have too many, and if it's you feeling that is too much for yourself, you press your body and you breathe in, breathe out, and you have nauseas even. So it's a clear sign that they were very strong for you as a child. So come back to your body, press your feet on the ground, and press your hands. When it has been, I was already a teenage for sure, I can remember many other. 9 mistake of a house. Okay. Fantastic. Yes, allow them to come, and you many others before. Good, strong memories. Okay. So now everyone, and the ones that you didn't have a memory, don't judge yourself, don't hit yourself that I can do everything, and don't go to the opposite that I'm free from this, I'm so incredible, the way we say in our community, that is incredible with crazy. I'm so incredible that I'm totally healed. It's not very conscious, that understanding of yourself, for sure. So what the exercise is, okay, Instagram direct. I will come to this, okay, and I will put the new video. Okay. Okay, give me a moment, please. Instagram direct, here we are again. So for the ones that they are in Instagram, the exercise are going. I have to go, but then I listen again the answers. Okay, just go. Have a good day today, please. Have a good day. So the exercise that we need to do is to observe what are the consequences of that memory in your life. For example, you are a hacker. For example, the reaction that you had in that moment, the reaction, hello everyone again, the reaction that you had in that moment, that it might be nervous, shutting down, being shocked, shouting, how you are still repeating in your relations and the way you relate with yourself and others, and how you are doing totally the opposite. This is the exercise, and you can do this exercise recalling a memory and to really observe and allowing the emotions to arise, so you can have a space to really allow them to come out, because that is one of the ways for your physical and emotional body to process them. And then you need to go to the integration part, that is, how do you repeat the same reaction that you had in that specific moment in your daily relations with yourself and others, or how you now do totally the opposite, because the duality, the polarity is trying to call your attention. And then you need to work in daily life, first of all, to catch yourself when you are triggered and repeating that same pattern of behavior and emotional body, and even the thoughts, because only by acknowledging that you are repeating, you can work with it. So in this kind of work that is with the inner child, we always need someone to guide us. We always need someone to support us, because normally we will not see, and we will even fight to not see, to sustain, to keep our strategy of self-defense, to keep our boundaries, so we are not hurt again. Hello everyone again. So can you please tell if this exercise is a good starting point for you to work what you have inside that you already recognize about yourself, of course. Hello again. So if you want to see this exercise again, you just go to Working with Satya Facebook. The videos are there. And or you can go to Working with Satya YouTube channel, and we all have the videos there with subtitles for everyone. And this exercise will help you to become more aware of of how you are still in the wounds of the child. And remember the exercise of the pillow that I gave, I think, in the second video from this quarantena online meetings, just about awareness. Okay. Take a deep breath, everyone. And another one. I will go to the questions now. And here, show. This is the question. That is, Satya, what is, in your opinion, the proper way and time to start to work on it? At what age she can look at this deeply and heal this trauma? So first of all, if you have a very conscious parents, that they can be conscious about their own mistakes, the parents will help immediately the child to, when they come, say, I'm sorry I shouted to you and this is not correct, or I'm sorry I was nervous. When the parents are aware and they can become responsible for their own feelings and emotions and thoughts, they are already, since the very young years, helping that child to become more aware about themselves. If you, as a parent, notice that something is troubling and giving stress to your child, or that he's behaving in a different and strange ways for yourself, ask for help from a psychotherapist, a psychologist, a person that works with kids, because the youngest they can start to deal with it, and of course the techniques and the tools for each age is totally different, the best, because the more we carry the trauma at the unconscious level, the more we repress the trauma, the more we will have to work in our adult life, and the more we will relate from that non-authentic but traumatized place inside of us with others, and that will give a lot of pain to ourselves, a lot of confusion, a lot of doubts. Yes. Take a deep breath, everyone. So the next question is, I'm grabbing Instagram Direct because I need to read from my screen. So my son has sleeping walking sometimes when his nervous system is loaded. For example, during an illness, he goes into hallucinations in reality. He is here and there at the same time. What is your opinion about child sleeping walking? Many doctors say that will pass with age. So my opinion is, the way you said, his nervous system is overloaded. So maybe you would not go to doctors, normal doctors, but you would go to a psychotherapist or the psychologist that could work with his feelings, his emotions, his capacity of perceiving what is going on with him in daily life. And if it's only about illness, the stress of being healed, maybe this is a way of your boy to discharge during the sleeping moment, because he's not aware, he's not controlling, and this charge is coming out. So it would be fantastic that you could work with your child in this sense to help him to deal with stress in daily life, not numbing himself or not trying control, because that is coming out. I see a lot of like bad dreams and sleeping walking in kids that they have very strong level of stress, because parents, maybe they can't really be responsible for their own stress, even if they pretend everything is good. And if the child is very sensitive, she takes over that stress that they don't process and they don't own it, for example. Or children that they see strong very strong conflicts at home. So they control or they numb, and at night when they are relaxed, all this tension starts to come out. Next question. I already answered to totally the opposite. Here, I totally resonate with what you're saying, and I try to educate my son this way, but I feel some difficulty with boundaries. He's almost 4. How to set boundaries without the need to impose authority? First of all, this is for any age. Of course, let me just put, of course, authority is needed. Every child, every human being needs to know the limits for situations. So now we live in a very, easy and negligent society where kids, they don't have any boundaries, any limits. And that gives them a false sense of independence, but what they feel is totally lost. So we need to explain limits and boundaries. And sometimes authority needs to be strong, but doesn't need to impose. If we are very clear with the rules and we can explain why, and we allow them to understand, and we allow them to ask us why, we are holding space for them to understand. Of course, till 7 years old, sometimes it's not about only to explain, but to set the boundaries. For example, you can't go to the swimming pool because you can drown yourself. Point. You explain, but this needs to be very clear so they understand that rule is really strong. So if you are asking this, is because you are already conscious about that sometimes maybe you don't know the limit inside of yourself, and you have the right. Don't judge yourself, don't criticize yourself. Just by asking this question, you show that you are in a strong willingness to be a very conscious mother. So it's a sense of yourself. Do you know what are your true boundaries? Because your boundaries are different from mine, for sure. Do you know how sometimes you impose or you allow others to impose to you and you don't set the boundaries? You need to ask all these questions, because the more aware we are, the more clear we are with everyone and everything. It becomes very simple, very straight, even very direct. I hope it helped you. Thank you for that. So, everyone, if you have more questions, you can always write to us, contact@workingwithsatya.com, or you can send a message to our Facebook Messenger. I think is that the name. You can always leave comments, and I will try to come to your questions always. Please, can you comment how was this session for you, if it was important and it's supporting your growth during this quarantena? Please write me or send symbols in Instagram direct, symbols, or in Facebook, just comments, because I don't see the symbols with this program. Thank you so much for your comments. Very important. Thank you. More hands. In Facebook, yes, I'm receiving already some hands and hearts. Thanks so much. Very supportive, fantastic. Very important. Fantastic. Fantastic. Good that I'm supporting you in this time of quarantena, helping to move from the place of feeling stuck and disconnected. Wow, that's fantastic. I'm finding a neutral place in myself that forgives and express regret for those I have mistreated. Thank you, Tom, for your work. That's fantastic, Tom. Deep and important. I have more homework for myself. That's fantastic, because you are going to be a mother, and we want to become more conscious when we have kids. Beautiful, Ira. Poder trabalhar. Yes. So I will guide you through a meditation that will support your child. And then we will do our last prayer for everyone in the world. I really want to focus our vibration and to set our arrows of our energy into peace, that we all sustain peace and consciousness and awareness and deep silence, so we can move through this momentum, historical momentum, so we can become much more aware human beings, and to so we can come out, we rewrite our history, especially in our homes, and then with family, and then with the ones around us, the way we work, and in our impact in our society. How we choose our politicians, how we say no to some certain rules, how we say yes, how we demand better schools, how we demand better conditions. Not because we are demanding, because we are just having principles, and we are fighting for a fair life for everyone, more conscious, more compassion. So, and that starts with us. So I really hope, how can I hide this question? I don't know. I'm saying, Raquel, I don't know how to hide the question. Okay. Give me a moment, please. Hide. I found it. So it's very important that we use this time of quarantena to fulfill us, to heal, to bring more conscious and awareness, and to train our inner observer, and especially our inner silence, our capacity to trust the invisible, to trust the unknown, to trust the force of life, that everything, even death, we can accept with integrity and peace of mind. So everyone, we will do the last meditation to help your wounded child to relax and to trust yourself a little bit more. Put your feet on the ground, or the ones that you are in lotus position, just straight your back, take a deep breath. Another deep breath. And you can turn your hands up on top of your knees. And you visualize your inner wounded child in front of yourself. For some, it's some age, for others, another age. Just observe your inner child, your wounded inner child there in front of you. And you just send to that child so much love, so much compassion, understanding. Saying that you are from now on responsible for healing. And that you will be there, that you will do everything to be there for them, for your inner child. Take a deep breath. And now opening your arms. Breathing in, breathing out. You just send this big hug and see if that child is ready to come to your hug, or if she stays in the place, and accept, just accept. Don't wish that she should be different. That is what everyone does it and did it to you. Open your arms. You are the one that you can hold the arms open for a long time till she one day decide to come to your lap and to trust yourself again and to relax in your lap. Breathing in, breathing out, just in those open arms, just opening your arms, you send this love and compassion and you say, I will be always here for you. Breathing in, breathing out, just accepting what your inner child does it, and it's okay. You have all the time to wait for her, all the time. And if she comes to your arms, just embrace her. And you have the need to cry, you cry, and you can speak with her. And even if she doesn't come, you speak to her. I'm here for you, I'm here, and I will be always here for you. And you say, see you later, and you are always inside of me. Take 3 deep breaths. And open your eyes. So you can always use this meditation when you need that somehow you need to take care of your inner child. You can use always this meditation. It is very useful and it will give you a sense that you are connecting again with your inner child and give her an opportunity to express her own feelings. So everyone, we are going to our last prayer and meditation of the day that is always direct to the ones that they are suffering, especially the ones that they are fighting with their lives, with corona and other diseases, to the ones that they are already in big quarantena for a long time. And I've been speaking with a lot of people and they are already going through very intense moments. And it's so beautiful to support them and to see them rising into their awareness. And to all of us that we are in quarantena and we are dealing with ourselves and we really want to open and expand our awareness so we can become the ones that we know that we are, so we can really live from that authentic place beyond our social condition, beyond what is our profession, beyond what we were till here. You know what is the most beautiful thing in life? That we always can come back home. And before our prayer, I want to tell this poem that I say so many times at the end of our retreats. That is from one of my masters and teachers, that he's dead for centuries already, but he's eternal. And I feel him so close. His words are so deeply, carry such a divine truth, so simple, so deep all the time. And I'm very grateful to Rumi, a Sufi master, that he was a true seeker, that nothing and no one would matter so much than the true liberation of his soul. That is to really fly into the direction of true consciousness, pure consciousness. So this poem from Rumi is that most of you already know, but the depth of his words are always deeper than we can realize in the moment. That is, come back home again. Come back to the arms of the ones that loves you. Come home again. This is not a caravan of despair. This is not a caravan of despair. Even if you broke your vows 1,000 times, come back home again. Just come back home again. And I pray that you can listen this poem more and more, more and more, because the depth of these words and vibration is something that only silence will allow to unfold in your soul. So everyone, put your hands in your heart. And I want to leave here a request. The ones that you work with teenagers, please do forums right now. Start live groups on Instagram, on Facebook, because they need support right now. They are coming to quarantena. They are starting to become very tired of being at home. And be aware that just controlling the games totally is not a good thing, because in games they interact with their friends, but how to put limits. So one day we will have a conference just about teenagers and kids, but give them support, be with them. Today I listen some people, and during these days, a beautiful thing that I feel the same too, that is, at least for now, we are at home. At least for now, I need to be at home. And for me, it's the first time maybe in 10 years, 9 years, that I don't have a flight ticket booked for the next 2 weeks that normally I have. So of course, it's a very dramatical situation, but if we can go deeper than the drama, if we can find the wisdom of these times, if we can connect with the lessons, with the profound lessons that we can find for ourselves, we can see so amazing healing and blossoming of awareness. So like me, many families are really enjoying to cook together, to spend time together, and of course dealing with the conflicts, dealing with the things that normally we avoid because we go out and we have time to go out. So now it's a perfect time to face who you are and to face how you relate and who is your family. And the ones that you are alone, it's a perfect time to really to find time to deal with yourself. So we are living historical moments of deep possibility of awareness, conscious, and to change and rewrite our history. And I want to ask the ones that you have this how to say, a call for politics and institutions, and you really care about how we live socially, please do forums that you ask people how would be this situation, how would be the perfect answer for this question, how we would live together. And for the teenagers, ask them, how is the perfect school? Because we need to find a new way to help kids to go to school. It's really boring. We need to help them to find taste in school, because school is very important for everyone. That's why we have doctors helping us right now, and many other things. So we need to include this taste, to give this taste to kids. We need to help them to find new taste in school. Let's ask them what they really think about school. So everyone, put your hands in your heart. Take a deep breath and close your eyes. And bring air to your heart chakra, to your heart center. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. And I will invite you to visualize planet Earth inside of your heart as a young teenager, as a young child. And you are the planet Earth mother or father. And you love so much this child of yours, this child of the mystery, this child of God, sending this planet, this child, so many blessings and peace and trust, and that you are here for him, for her, for this child, this planet Earth, that you will do everything that you can to protect, to hold, at the same time to allow life to unfold. Breathing in, breathing out. and keeping this image always inside of you, that you are the mother and the father of planet Earth too, that you too can deeply love this planet, that you too can take care in a very conscious way to the planet and all the beings that exist, the solid ones, the human ones, the what we call non-living, all the beings, because everything is a part of this child. If not you, the parents of this child, who will love it? Breathing in, breathing out, feeling this love for this planet Earth. Take one deep breath and open your eyes. So everyone, you have these videos always at Working with Satya Facebook, and you have in our YouTube channel, Working with Satya YouTube channel, all the videos with the subtitles. Thank you to my team that they are working from their homes in different countries, that they are supporting me to deliver you all this content at every day, all these moments of deep awareness, that everything that I can, I will support. My team said that tomorrow we will launch We Stay Together movement, where we will support people totally for free with 30 awareness facilitators that they are in the second year of awareness facilitator training school, and they are ready to be with you, to cry with you, to hold you, to support you, to give you ideas by Skype. And thank you for being here. Thank you for doing your part, and let's grow into awareness so we can become a global aware community, so our kids, they receive a better society, a better planet. I love you all, and thank you for everything. Thank you for being here. Have a good day today. And broadcast.